is 11/20 of 2025. It's muzzleloader season, and it's the first day of my 11-day rutcation. So I'm gonna be hunting almost every single day. So this morning's setup, I'm down in a stand we call High Tower 2, which is on the bottom of a ridge. There's a road bed below me and a food plot to my right that runs along 300-yard field, and we have a lot of bugs go by. I usually hunt this deer muzzleloader, maybe deer and rifle a little bit, but I haven't hunted it in a couple years. Well, I didn't hunt it last year. So Sarah is at the top. She is. It's her day off. So she finally got to hunt. She's probably 250 yards up the hill. The wind is not exactly perfect for this stand, and her scent's going to carry to me, but I'm hoping that the bugs are with those and they won't come between me and Sarah. Good luck to Sarah. I hope she gets one. But anyway, y'all stay tuned. It's a cool, foggy Tennessee morning, but ain't no other place I'd rather be right now. So y'all stay tuned. Hopefully we can get some on video. That was a lot of does. Sarah gave me a heads up they were coming. They got by her evidently. I'm not sure how they got by her, but it is foggy. Scopes are like wet. I got a dope blown back here. There's one still up here. And man, everybody is saying we're locked down with the first round of does, and I am starting to believe that. But probably the reason that those does don't have buck with them, they still had yearlings. But that was a good group of does. That's pretty cool. So at least we're seeing deer. We'll see what happens. That was pretty cool. 9:30. He come right on that heavy trail. I thought that trail crossed over this log, but he actually walked right under that log. The way it's arched, he just dropped his head, walked under it, let it scratch his back. I was trying to get the camera on quick as I could, but that was one of our tall 6-pointers, I believe. I was more concentrating on videoing him than I was getting really paying attention to his rack. But cool experience. Day 1 of Tennessee Rutcation. I can't complain. Bunch of does and a buck. If I don't see nothing else this morning, I'm good. I just wish he'd walk by Sarah. I don't know if she'd shot him, but I wish she went by and at least got the opportunity. But blessed to be in the woods. Went back at it again. Well, today is 11/21/25. It's the last day of muzzleloader, and I'm not hunting this afternoon. So for my last set, I kind of chose a spot that normally I would not choose. But I come in here yesterday to retrieve a trail camera that Harley found that I've had out for 2 years. And I drove up to get it, and I come through. I paced 9 scrapes along the edge of this field up here. So we're in rut. Everybody's seeing bucks locked down with does. So some of these does are going to come off of esters, are going to come off. The bucks are going to break off and look for more. So the plan is, it's super foggy, it's hot, it's ridiculous for November. But I'm in a spot where I can do a lot of calling. I'm in real good cover. I've got a good shooting range always. So I figured, what the heck, I'd give it a try. So we gonna see what happens. So y'all stay tuned. That was an interesting morning. One buck I didn't get on camera, so I ended up seeing a total of, I don't know if that first one was a spike or a 4-pointer. It was so foggy. But seen him, he went up, had the button run across, and went down the field and in. And then I didn't say anything because I didn't know how long he stayed along. I didn't stay around. That bigger buck come out right under this cedar tree. Right to my right, there's an old logging road. He must have walked out it because he didn't come around this corner. And he went to making a scraping, slinging leaves. I mean, he was making all kind of noise. And he ended up making 6 scrapes. So I think the mature bucks are tied up with those, of course, is what I'm thinking is going on now. It happened while I was going to Indiana. But he don't have a doe. So he is the one making all these scrapes. And me and Kim seen that same deer yesterday at lunch on the road below us, running back and forth on some trails. So it's been a good morning. That'll be it for the CVA until we hit our WMA at Oak Ridge. So I'm probably going to fire it off and clear it out and clean it up. But I won't be going tonight, so we'll see you back in the stand tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be raining, a little bit colder, so I'm getting in the shooting house. And as far as I know, the whole crew's hunting. Greg's in the downtown, Harley, Hunter, Hayden, me and Dad, and Sam, and possibly Kim. So we'll have to see what happens, but pack this thing up, get out of this cedar tree, and head out to the Pioneer. See you in the morning. Good morning. It's 11/22/2025. Opening morning of firearm season. So I'm in a spot that y'all are pretty familiar with. This is where I had the encounters with blackjack. I was planning on hunting this midweek, but it was supposed to be 75% chance of rain this morning, and they missed that altogether. So I decided to come back here. It's usually a pretty decent rut stand. Rut here, from what I'm seeing on videos around here, we're in lockdown. A lot of big bucks are locked down with the doe. So hopefully there'll be some chasing this coming week. You know, some of the does are going to come in a few days late. And then I guess December's rut might be a lot more intense. But as far as right now, I've got the Alt-6 loaded. Got one in the pipe, clips full. And a coyote or a big buck comes by, I'm going to let one fly. So get settled in. It's breaking daylight. And get some of these windows open and see what happens. So y'all stay tuned. Well, I couldn't make my mind up. I actually put the scope on him and clicked the safety off before I ever even tried to grab the camera. And he looked like a really good 8-pointer. Big body. I watched him make a little bit of a scrape and go on. I don't know. When I was looking at him, I thought there's bigger deer. So I decided to put the gun back down and grab the camera. This camera has cost me 2 shots at moose this year. The first time I was fooling with the camera during bow and let him get by me for a crossbow shot, which I'm kind of thankful that didn't happen because I found out that killer instinct I was using had a broke limb and I was shooting 3 foot to the left, so I'd probably have gimped him up or lost him. Then the second one, I shot at a doe and I was pulling my muzzleloader. If I hadn't turned around and done an interview on the camera, I'd have my muzzleloader loaded. So I've made my mind up that I really want to get the kill shot, but if I can get the rest of the hunt, that's fine. Getting the animal ethically is going to be more my priority than getting it on camera for the kill. He just come out up here. I'll get a good look at him now. I know what his plan is. He's going to get around behind me right here. I'm going to get a good look at this deer. I don't really recognize him, but he's a good deer. I really think he'll go in the woods and he'll probably come around behind me through the woods to see if he can see any does or a buck chasing. because he's tore up. He come off that hill. I don't know. I just know there's bigger deer. Well, I think there's bigger deer, and he run off. He looked like he had really good browse. We'll see. Daddy thinks he shot moose. That deer has been around. I've had 2 opportunities. I'm so glad that one of us got him instead of somebody else. So I'm super fired up. Dad sounds like he's fired up. So I'm gonna pack up and leave early and get out of here. So we'll go see what he got. Okay, here we go. And so he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He broke off his drop. He had another one here. And then he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm not, that should count. That's over an inch. So he's a 13 pointer.
This one right here broke off too.
Yeah, that one's broke off too.
Yeah, it's broke off.
Daddy-o, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I am ecstatic. I wanted to kill him, and that's been my mission to finish the season off and have him in my hands.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine it going to anybody more deserving. I'm so freaking happy for you. And he has no ground shrinkage. He's a crazy, non-typical, big old head.
I know how you felt last week.
Yeah. Good morning. Well, it's Sunday morning and we're back at it. It's got a pretty good crew out today. Harley's hunting to my right. Hunter's kind of directly behind me. Sarah is on the other lease in a shooting house. And Greg is in a downtown lease. So recap, yesterday Daddy-o killed moose. It was an awesome day. We got him caped out last night. Got him on ice, ready to go. So got to finish working him up this week. But as you've done seen, if you ain't watched, here's the video to hit. Now, I'm hunting over this green food plot. And what we noticed yesterday is everybody's seen bugs cruising. Now, we've had a really, really weird rut. It says we should be in peak rut by all signs and by hunt-wise and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is we've had bugs locked down with does evidently for a little while, the mature bugs. But every one of us seen bugs cruising yesterday, and moose was by himself too. So fingers crossed, we start to see a little bit more action on this new moon. But I'm off all week for Rutcation. I'm planning on bouncing around and hunting a bunch of different spots. And LBL towards the end of the week. So still got both my buck tags. I hear the turkeys carrying on, fixed to hit the ground. So we're going to make some noise today too. I've got both grunts, a long range, a short range. And I got my bleak can. I didn't bring no rattling antlers. But anyway, we'll see if we can make something happen. Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, today is the 5th day of Rutcation. Kim has 1 day off. Kimberly's here to try to get a buck. So, we are at the downtown lease. There's several bucks here that Kim would shoot that she's interested in. One buck in particular, Deuce, Flex, the big 8, the big 10, all those are our shooters. But there's one buck that stays down here that Kim has been crazy about all year, and his name is Stumpy. Now, he don't have a lot of high tines, but he is heavy and he is wide. But his tail is about that long, which deems the name Stumpy. So y'all stay tuned. It's always a roller coaster ride or a circus when me and Kim hunt together. So I always look forward to these 1 or 2 hunts me and her do together a year. So y'all kick back, stay tuned. We're going to see if we can make something happen. Good morning. Today's 11/25 of 2025. And I'm in a little shooting house. Just watching the world wake up. I'm telling you, if you've never sat in a tree or got up and watched the sunset in the woods, you need to try it one time. This all didn't happen from one big sonic boom. There was a creator that made this. And some of us spend our whole life not looking around and seeing his great creation. Even though this is one of the greatest gifts, one of the great gifts. But his greatest gift was dying for our sins on the cross so we would have something past this life. So I highly suggest you give it a shot. You might look at the world a little different. We got heavy rain coming. Heavy rain. fog is set in. I've got about a 15-minute window break of rain. So I guess since I don't have my rain gear on, I'll have to pack it up and head out here. Fog's moving in thick, and I've got deer to process before I pack to leave. So y'all stay tuned. Rain or shine, we're gonna be back after tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and ease back at it again. Just got done finishing up the processing, the meat processing at Moose. And I had another deer in the cooler I had to get done. So got them done midday with Daddy-O. It was nice, no rain the whole time that we were processing deer. And I got ready to come back in here and it started raining again. So I'm back in the same little shooting house because I got faith that something's gonna come through here. Midday, up on the upper end, there was a lot of bucks running back and forth, chasing does, running around. That's just about 300 yards to my right through the strip of woods. So I'm hoping they come back out in here to feed this this beets plot, this domain food plot. So let's hope the rain holds off or calms down a little bit and they get out and walk around. So y'all stay tuned. I swear our turkeys are certifiable. They are. There is so many groups of males, young males too. They're just fighting and carrying on, making all kind of noise and chasing one another. I've never seen this much turkey action during deer season in the fall. It's crazy. Seeing over 40 hens this morning, and then this group of 10 toms or jakes, whatever. They're mixed up. But they're just fighting. And one group will come out, one group will go in. So anyway, it's getting that magic hour. So hopefully we're gonna see our first deer of the day, because it has been a long, wet day. It's 11:26 at 25 Wednesday morning. It is the day before we leave for LBL. This has been a seesaw of a rut vacation for me. I have not killed on this vacation other than Indiana, which is great. You know, not knocking it. Dad's killed moose, and some other people's killed some in the family. They've killed does and stuff. But anyway, some of our neighbors have seen some rut action. We're seeing rut action just sporadic. I know you got to be in the right place at the right time, but they'll pop up chasing and then they're gone. Typical rut. But I think we've got a little half does are locked down with bucks. The other half are being chased. Some are just now coming in. I think the December rut's going to be a lot more insane than the November rut here in Tennessee. But anyway, I'm in this shooting house. I picked it because I thought it was going to rain. And evidently it's not going to rain. And I hunted in a shooting house in the rain most of the day yesterday. So hopefully something will come through here in one of these thickets. He's about got a doe held down or something. Or maybe chase one through here. There's several bucks on this property when the season started that I'd love to take. We've got one that showed up that I'm not sure if it's the same buck, but it's a big 08 with a droopy brow, so I think he's new. But I'm sure anybody on this lease will like get a shot at him, so I'm hoping he might run through here. But do a little grunting, see what happens. So y'all stay tuned, stick with us. I just got the text. Sarah, little backstory right quick. So we got this gun for Sarah for Christmas, 6.5 compact Savage 2 Creedmoor, and she shot it. She was okay with it, but she was a little scared of it, I guess you'd say. She just wasn't as comfortable with it. The trigger was really hard to pull, so I ordered an M Carbo kit. I'll take the video right up here. A trigger kit, and I put a 1.5 pound pull on it. Well, then when we shot it, or 1 pound pull, it was way too light. So I had to change the spring kit back out with another M Carbo and get a nice even pull. Well, that gun is set on the shelf. She always takes her muzzleloader. She just didn't have no confidence in it. She don't get to shoot much with a crazy schedule. So anyway, I take the gun and I can buzz bullseye, knock the red out of bullseye at 100 yards every day with it, almost every shot. That is a tack driving little gun. Hers and her mama's both, hers and Kim's both. So I told her it was dead on. I'd shot it, and me and Sarah shoot just alike. So she went ahead reluctantly, I believe, but took it. And she went down to the downtown lease. And not only did she bust a coat and kill it, I got it on video. I'm telling you, I am so proud of her. I am more tickled than I would be if I shot it. It's funny, you know, how things like that work with your kids and stuff. So anyway, I'm fired up. Whether I see nothing or not, 10 o'clock I'm headed that way to take some thumbnail pictures for her video. And if you ain't checked it out yet, check out Hunters of Piney. Sarah's really trying to get this out, help girls with getting in the hunting industry. So anyway, we're gonna be back to our morning hunt. Awesome, let's go. There was a deer just crossed across the top running. Camera took its time trying to come on. But I thought there might be a buck behind that. That might have even been a small buck, I don't know. It come across the first deer of the morning. It's 9 o'clock. Crazy. Just had a deer come out right here, a little bitty deer. Went to walk across the field and it chose to run in this. But I don't see a buck behind it. But it was a very, very small doe. Or maybe even a small spike, I don't know. Well, it's that time of day. So I just seen the second deer. It's 2 deer I've seen this morning. Both of them really small. Tells me rut's on. Big time. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pack up. I gotta drive to town. I wanna check out Sarah's coyote. That's the first coyote she's got. And the first animal with her gun. So let's go see what she's doing before we start getting ready for LBL. Typical rut. I gotta get down to go help Sarah. And done did the outro of the video and everything. And I am getting out of the shooting house and look back and see a big old mature doe standing on the hill. She's looking back behind her. So I jump back in the seat, grab my rifle, throw it up, and there's this 8-pointer And the camera and the arm is in the bag. So anyway, I throw the gun up. He's got a really tight rack, heavy, not a lot of time, so I didn't want to shoot. And that big 6-pointer that I call Stalker, he come off the hill too. And he went around the thicket, and the heavy 8 stubby, I guess is what we'll call him, he went in right up here with her, and they have not come out of this thicket. So I think this is the perfect time to get down and ease out, because the wind has shifted, blowing in the thicket, and I don't want to mess up a hot doe being in here. So I'm gonna try to ease out of here on the side by side, go help Sarah. So y'all stay tuned. Maybe I can get out of the shooting house this time. Yeah. Man, that's the exit.
Yep.
Straight through the chest, not the side. Good job.
So I got down here at like 6:30. Around like 7:30, I grunted a little bit. And he came from that little hole, came up and just stood there. So I got my stuff ready. I shot him right in the chest. He tumbled around a bit and laid down. I never seen him come out of this thick stuff.
And you got the shot on video.
Yeah, and then
That's awesome.
I had some does and a few little spikes come through and kind of smell where he was, but they didn't really spook too bad.
That's awesome. That gun, I put the M carbo trigger in it so it'd be lighter. You didn't like that gun you first got it because you said it's too hard to pull. I changed that trigger spring out. It's changed that gun dramatically.
Yeah.
I highly suggest that to any Savage or Savage Axis too.
Yeah,
And
this is my first hunt by myself, actually getting something, and then my first time shooting with this gun.
and your first kill on video.
Yeah, and my first coyote.
There's a lot of first in this.
Yes.
Well, I'm tickled death for you, sir. I'm proud of you,
Thank
honey. Well, let's get us some pictures. You can set that gun down there and get a good grip on that thing you want to. Back at it. Sarah killed a coyote this morning, and I was on the lower end and had all that fiasco happen getting out of the shooting house. That buck was a decent buck. I don't know. He's real heavy and thick, but didn't have much tines. But anyway, I'm not going back there. I'm actually coming down the ridge a piece because the woods are so open here, and I had bucks in here chasing the other night. Fingers crossed, got a west wind. I'm hoping that the wind, my wind cutting into these woods ain't gonna cut me off, but they come over the top of that bluff over to this food plot because they really like getting this food plot. So Kim and Sarah are teamed up back down at the same spot Sarah was this morning. Fingers crossed one of them get a buck in front of them. Same for here. I got Harley right down the woods from me, so if they come through these woods, me or Harley should get a good look at them. So anyway, let's kick back, settle in, and get this hunting, because this could be the last one before I go to LBL. Might hunt in the morning, not sure, but as of right now, I don't think I am. So stay tuned. Oops. I really thought the deer would be on their feet, but that one buck come through this morning. And the last two times I've sat here, I've seen, there's two different bucks, both 8-pointers, but only seen one deer when I sat. Harley's up on the ridge. He's had a yearling, and I think he said he had a 4-point grunting chasing a small doe. So, and Hunter hasn't seen anything. So I don't know. Man, my rutcation is running out quick. I mean, not that I won't get to go hunting. It's just I had this time dedicated to hunt. Burnt 2 weeks of vacation to do it, and really thought I'd drop a buck. But it's not that I ain't had them in front of me. I've passed them all up because there's about 3 bucks that's run around here that I'm aiming for. Now, I don't know. It's not as much about filling tags as it is getting a good buck, but I can tell you there is some bucks that I would have gladly shot if I hadn't known. If I would have gladly have shot those bucks, but I knew Moose was around. Well, Moose is gone, and one of our tall 7s is gone. The neighbor got him, so cards are off the table now. I'm going back after the big 8, the big 7, blackjack, one of the 3 of those. And if a good buck crosses my path, he's probably going to get a hole in him. So anyway, I got to pack up. We'll spend some time with Kim today. I've been gone on the road hunting. We'll take her, get her something to eat, and then we'll see if we get back in time to go one more. But if we don't get back in time, I hope you've enjoyed this rutcation video and seen the deer, what's happened in the 2-week span. But I'm hoping I got one more night.